Hi everybody, Andy here with etrailer.com. Let's take a look at these etrailer Scissor Stabilizer Jacks with SnapPad SnapJack Feet. Now these leveling scissor jacks with a 5,000 pound combined capacity will keep your fifth wheel, travel, horse, or cargo trailer level and stable. They're going to adjust from 5 inches collapse, and this one that I have here in the front is almost collapsed, so when it's fully collapsed, it's going to be about 5 inches, all the way up to 23 3/4 inches when fully extended. Obviously, I don't have this one fully extended, but I just wanted to extend it a little bit just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like extended. A bearing set on the crank side is going to extend the life of your stabilizer jack. And as you can see, this does include a manual crank handle. And this operates very smoothly, and so once you have these installed, I think it's going to work very well, very smoothly for you. And let me give you a view of our crank handle here. So this will be included. So I wanted to point out that you're going to receive your jacks with the bow tie, the standard bow tie feet on the bottom. And when you are ready to use these and you want to use the SnapPads, the SnapPad SnapJack Feet, you will install those. So on this jack, I do have a pad installed just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like when it's installed. The pads themselves come with a selection of hardware to use to install the pad to the bottom of your stabilizer jack, and you're just going to use the hardware that's going to best fit your particular application. So this is what it's going to look like when you receive them with the standard bow tie feet, and then you're just going to install the pads when you're ready to use them, and it's going to be a relatively easy swap, just swapping the bow tie feet out for the SnapPad SnapJack Feet. Now there's large metal feet that you probably can't see that come pre-installed in the SnapPads, and of course these SnapPads are thicker, stronger than your standard bow tie feet, giving you improved stability and grip on uneven terrain. And the added height on the SnapJack feet are going to prevent the stabilizers from being overextended. So these anti-slip pads are of heavy-duty rubber. They're actually from recycled tires, and they're going to be able to withstand heavy-duty use for years to come, preventing slippage when stabilizing your camper, and really giving you significantly more grip when compared to using something like wooden blocks. Now let me go ahead and just flip this over, give you some measurements of the pad itself. So lining up my ruler there, looking at the overall diameter, we're sitting right at about 8 1/8 inches. And then the overall height of the pad, that's going to be hard to show you from with the ruler here on camera, but I did measure this earlier. Measuring from the base of the pad all the way to the top here, the top bracket where you install this to the base of your stabilizer, we're sitting at about 2 3/4 inches tall. The metal foot inside of the pad is a 1/4 inch steel, and it has a tuxedo black powder coat finish on it to prevent corrosion and rust. And that foot is actually about 5.5 inches in diameter, the foot that actually sits inside of that pad. Now the top plates on these jacks, let me tip that over so you can see, these are going to allow for greater adjustability during installation. And again, just taking a look at some measurements here, the overall length of the base here is about 10 inches long, and the width, we're sitting at about 3 1/4 inches wide. And these mounting holes, the longer ones, these are about 5/8 of an inch long and 3/8 of an inch wide. And our round holes here are 5/16 of an inch in diameter. So laying this back down on the pad, the overall length of each jack from when it's fully collapsed, and again this is almost fully collapsed, so the overall length from end to end, we're sitting right at about 24 7/8 inches long, again when fully collapsed. If you want to measure from our nut all the way to the end, it's about 26 inches long. Now I mentioned that these do have a combined lift capacity of 5,000 pounds, so that's going to be 2,500 pounds per jack. And each jack has a black powder coat finish. Again, it's going to help resist corrosion. Instructions are included to guide you through the installation process, especially walking you through installing the SnapPad feet on the jacks. And one final note I wanted to make is this jack set is designed to stabilize a portion of your trailer's weight, not to support the full GVWR of your trailer. So you do not use these jacks to lift your trailer or RV. Doing so will exceed the capacity of the jacks. And just going back to the hardware real quick here, you see that I do have two bolts, two of the larger bolts missing. I am using those bolts on the installation of this pad on this jack. So you're going to get the hardware that you need that's going to best fit your application in regards to installing those pads. And that's going to wrap up our look today. I do hope that it was helpful for you. Again, my name is Andy. Thank you for joining me.